Hi, I'm Dr. Victor Welzant with the International Critical Incident Stress Foundation. Welcome to CISM Perspectives. Today's topic will be self-care for responders and healthcare workers. We've seen over the past several weeks the toll that this pandemic is beginning to have on those on the front lines. There are many people who have identified practices and behaviors that are helpful in withstanding the stress, building resilience, and allowing people to perform at their best. Let's discuss a few of those today. Number one, it's incredibly important to monitor yourself for your own signs, reactions to stress, and know when you need to do something proactive to take care of yourself. Don't let the stress mount. Some things that people have found helpful and useful in building resilience are, number one, staying connected to support systems. Support is one of the best predictors we have of the ability to manage stress, one of the best predictors of personal resilience that we know of. It's also important as you're working on the front line to be aware of your own expectations and to really focus attention on the people you are helping. Many times people look around and see that there's so much suffering, so much that needs to be done, it may feel like nothing's really getting done. Really important to focus in and help each other focus in on the people you are helping, the people you are saving, the people in the community that are getting great care because of each of you. Another thing that's incredibly important is to pace yourself. When you have the opportunity to take a little break or even a long break, please take it. Remember, this is a marathon and not a sprint. Another really useful strategy is, in the appropriate place, use humor. All of you have a sense of humor. And one of the things that when people get excessively stressed, you can notice that they lose is a sense of humor. Keep an eye on that with each other. Another thing that is really helpful is regular physical exercise, which has been limited these days, but there are ways to work out, to get some physical exercise in, even if you're spending most of your time at home when you're not at work. Important to also pay attention to nutrition, to your eating, to your choices. In any kind of intense event, it's very easy to, go for the candy bar or, go for whatever's available. And over the long haul, it's going to be important to nourish your body, to replenish the resources that stress is depleting. It's also really helpful to develop a buddy system. We'll be talking about buddy care in a future video, but it's important to have someone that you check in with at work. It can be a coworker, it can be someone working in another department, it can be someone that you know well, or someone that you don't. But the important piece of buddy care in developing a system is that you're checking in on a regular basis just about the stress and how you're doing with it. There's a couple of other strategies that really we want to address, and one is the importance of sleep. It's so important that we are going to be discussing some tips in a bit that promote it, but in the short run, what is important is trying to keep as regular a routine as you can to make sure that prior to bed you're doing things that promote relaxation, things like staying away from stimulating beverages like coffee right before bed, not exercising too close to the time you go to sleep. We're also suggesting to people that they limit excessive media exposure during their off hours. Certainly get as much information as you need, but get it from reliable sources and really try to minimize the sensationalism. Many people find that they react to that with a lot of anger, first responders, especially when things are portrayed in a way that's not reality. It's also good to have a way to ventilate and to think through some of the experiences you're having. One great way to do that is by talking. The use of peer support teams, CISM teams, and just colleagues and friends. If talking isn't something you're as comfortable with, try writing. Try keeping a journal of your experiences at the end of a shift, end of a day, and then when you close that journal, try to leave it there. We talk about mindfulness as a helpful coping strategy, being in the moment, whatever you're doing. One great way to practice that is just to take a few minutes every day to focus on your breathing, Whenever your mind wanders away from that, just notice it, bring it back to the breath, and train your mind to stay in the moment. We also know that relaxation techniques like progressive muscle relaxation, yoga, stretching, and really deep diaphragmatic breathing can be a tool to have in your back pocket at all times. Thank you all for what you do, and if we can be of any assistance, please let us know either by email at Welzant, WELZANT at ICISF, or by contacting our office at 410-750-9600. Thanks very much.